Dear viewers, it is a story. It is a story of fighting against oppression. It is a story of trust in Allah. The story is the story of a woman. It is narrated from HAZRAT Sayyidina Jafar bin Muhammad Sadiq. May Allah have mercy on him, that a man of Bani Israel started to go on a journey and took a pledge from his brother that you will serve and take care of my wife, so he was satisfied and left for the journey. He started living with his sister-in-law. The beauty of the woman put a veil of negligence on his eyes. He fell in love with his own sister-in-law, and by breaking the promise made to his brother, he invited his wife to sin by informing him of his intention. The woman was chaste and promiscuous. He refused. When the wretched brother-in-law failed in his attempt, he threatened and said, "If you do not obey me, I will kill you." The woman said, "By Allah Almighty, I will never accept your sinful invitation. Do whatever you want with me." Seeing the pious woman's confident and courageous manner, he became silent. When his brother came back from the trip, he said, "My brother, do you know what your wife did after you left? She used to invite me to debauchery. Repentance, repentance, that is a very bad thing. I don't know what bad things she has done after you left." He was very angry after hearing his brother's words. He said, "Do you know what you are saying?" He said, "Brother, I swear by Allah, I am telling the truth. I have revealed the truth. Now your choice." After listening to brother's words, this matter was fixed in his heart, that my wife has cheated. Out of anger, he completely stopped communicating with his wife. Finally, one night, he got a chance and seriously injured his pious wife by stabbing her with a sword, when he's sure that she is dead. So he went from there. By the grace of Allah, the virtuous woman was alive despite being seriously injured. With great difficulty, she approached a monk's shrine. Hearing his painful sound, the monk called him his slave. Both picked him up and brought him to the synagogue. The well-intentioned monks treated him with great care, due to which she recovered very quickly. The monk's wife had died. He had a small child. The monk said to the woman, "If you are well and wish to go, go very gladly. If you want to stay here, it's up to you." The woman said, "I want to stay here and serve you." The monk handed over his child to her. The good woman began to lift it with a big heart. The black slave of the monk became rude after seeing the beauty of the woman, and started looking for an opportunity. One day he expressed his evil intention, and said, "Either accept my words and fulfill my wish, otherwise I will kill you." The God-fearing woman said, "I will never listen to you. Do what you have to do with me, even if you want to kill me. Of course, kill me." The wicked slave mourned his failure and left the woman with hatred in his heart. When the darkness of the night covered everything, the black slave came to the woman. The child was crying in the woman's arms. She was entertaining him. Black slave cut the child's throat with a sharp knife. In a few moments, the child died in agony. The slave ran to the monk and said, "King, do you know what this wicked guest lady has done? Do you know? How has this woman treated your young child? You have done him a favor, but he has treated your child very badly. What a cruel woman." The monk was very surprised to hear the slave's words, and worried and said, "What has this woman done with my child? Oh my king, she has slaughtered your beloved baby. If you don't believe it, go see it with your own eyes." The monk came running and saw that the child's throat had indeed been cut, and his body is covered in blood. The monk asked the woman what happened to my child. The woman said, "I did not do anything to her. Rather, your slave invited me to sin, and when I refused, he killed the child. I am absolutely innocent in this matter." The monk said, "Oh, all is banned. You have made me doubtful in your case. Now I don't want you to be with me. Take these 50 dinars and go wherever you want. These dinars will serve your needs." The woman took 50 dinars, and hoping for Allah's mercy, walked towards an unspecified destination, passed by a village, saw a gathering of people, and a person was being hanged. The chief of the village was also present. The woman went to the chief and said, "Is it possible that you take 50 dinars from me and set this person free?" Sardar said, "Bring the money and hand it over to me." When the woman gave 50 dinars, the chief released the prisoner. That prisoner came to this pious woman and said that no one has ever done me such a favor by saving my life. Now I will serve you till the death separates us. So the man took the woman to the beach. The boat was ready. Both of them boarded the boat. All the travelers were surprised to see the beauty of the woman. That virtuous woman sat in the women's section. People asked the prisoner that who is this handsome and beautiful woman? The wretch said, "This is my slave." A person in the boat, who was captured by the beauty of this woman, said, "Will you sell your slave girl?" So this man said, "I don't want to sell her, because she loves me so much. When he comes to know that I have sold him, she will suffer a lot from me. He has promised me that I will never sell him." The passenger said, "Take the price from me that you want, and leave here quietly. What do you need to tell him?" The greedy and oblivious impostor prisoner took a lot of property from the passenger and got off the boat. The passenger made all the passengers witnesses on this purchase and sale. Since the woman was in the women's section of the boat, she was completely unaware of the matter. When the traveler is sure that his owner has gone, can't go back now, he went to the woman and said, "You belong to me. I bought you." The woman said, "Fear God. How did you buy me? Well, I am free and not owned by anyone." The passenger said, "Now neither can she go to her master, nor can she return the money which your master has taken from me. I have bought you with a great price, and all travelers are witnesses to this. If you don't believe, ask them." All passengers said, "O Allah's Bani, he has indeed bought you. We are all witnesses to this." A virtuous and pure and courageous woman said, "May Allah drown you. Fear Allah. By God, I am free. No one ever made my honor. I am nobody's slave. Fear Allah in this matter." People told this traveler that this woman will not stop like this. After hearing this, the traveler moved towards this woman. When this chaste woman felt her honor threatened, the virtuous woman gave bad prey for the boatmen. The boat sank with all of them. Everyone drowned, and there was no one left on the board of the boat except the woman. It was Eid day. The king had come to the beach with his subjects. All the people were celebrating. When the king saw the boat sinking, he immediately ordered the soldiers to swim. Hurry to help the boatmen. When the soldiers went there, they found no one alive except this virtuous woman. They took her to the king. The king, after finding out the reality, gave the message of marriage. But he refused, saying that, "My story is very strange. Marriage is not permissible for me." When the king heard this, he built a separate house for him, and that woman started living in this house. Days and nights passed. The car of time moved fast. Whenever the king had an important matter, he would consult this pious woman. Allah blessed his advice in such a way that by following them, the king would always be successful. Now, according to the king, this pure woman had become very noble. The king began to consider him very blessed. When the time of the king's death approached, he gathered all his ministers, advisors, and subjects and said, "O people, how did you find me?" Everyone replied, "By Allah, may Allah reward you well. You are like a merciful father to us." The king said, "O people, listen carefully to me. You must have felt that the system of our country has improved a lot thanks to the blessed advice of our virtuous lady." The king said, "I have found him blessed in all my affairs. I want to do a very good plan for you guys." People said curiously, "King, order, what do you want?" The king said, "I want to appoint this virtuous woman after me as the queen over you." Responding to the order of the Shafiq and Rahim king, everyone said that the king will be as you wish, God willing. Therefore, the king gave the kingdom of the entire country to this good-natured and patient woman, and he himself left this world. Now this pure queen has announced that the people of the entire country should gather for allegiance. As soon as the royal order was received, people from all corners of the country gathered to pledge allegiance to the new king. This series of pledges had begun already. When the husband and brother-in-law of this queen woman came, he ordered, "Make them stand separately." Then came the man who was being hanged, and the queen saved the life of this person. The queen ordered to make him stand with both of them. Then the good-natured monk and his bad-character slave came with him. They were also separated from the people. When all the people had pledged, The queen called all 5 of them to her and said to her husband, "Do you know me?" He said, "By Allah." Queen said, "I am your wife. I was a wife and I am a wife. Listen, how badly did your evil character brother treat me?" Having said this, told him the whole incident, and said, "Allah knows very well that no man has touched me since I parted from you. I am still pure and safe." Then he called his brother-in-law and ordered the execution. Then said to the monk, "If you need anything, tell me that I am the same woman who came to you in an injured state. Your son was slaughtered by that cruel, lustful black slave of yours." Then he called the slave and killed him too. Now it was the turn of the man who was being hanged, and who sold it. When he came, he too was killed and his body was hanged at the crossroads. Thus he reached his evil end. The Badia and chaste woman guarded her honor every day, living with her ex-husband. He kept the commands of God and Almighty in mind, and worked with patience and perseverance. Now he had the throne and wealth of honor and greatness. As long as the Creator of the universe and the Almighty willed, she continued to perform the affairs of the kingdom in a benevolent and well-mannered manner. Then she moved from this place of death to the place of life. May Allah's blessings be upon them. Dear viewers, this is a story of trust in Allah. This is a story of self-reliance, that whenever you face difficulties, do not leave the hope and patience of Allah from your hand, because after the darkness there is always light. With the hope that the breath will come true, I will be at your service next time with another video. Goodbye.